Hey everybody, it's Aidan here from Everyday Tech. So as you may or may not know, I purchased the OnePlus 6T recently, and I just want to share with you some of the things that I really love and some of the things that I really don't love. So let's take a look. Okay guys, so before we get started, don't forget, subscribe to my channel just down below and you'll get notified anytime I do any tech news or tech reviews. So let's get into it. So recently I bought the OnePlus 6T and it is a great phone. It is absolutely fantastic. For the money, I can't really grumble really. You get a lot for your money. But it does have a few drawbacks, but I will get onto that later. The cool things are, what I do like, firstly, is the battery life. The battery on this is immense. I know this will change the longer I have the phone, but at the moment, I mean, today, for example, I think I left the house with 45%. I came back at the end of the day, came in about 6 p.m. and it was like 25%. And that was with general use, checking out Twitter, things like that. Obviously I'm at work, I'm not using it as much, but it's still fantastic. I can watch so much Netflix on this. The battery life is a massive selling point. The other thing I really do like about this phone is the gaming mode. I'm playing lots of games on this and I've never faltered once. I've been able to play all sorts of like the one I enjoy at the moment is Command and Conquer. Again, it's not the most intensive game, but it's never hiccuped on me once. It's been absolutely fantastic. Obviously the gaming mode reduces your background apps and just prioritizes the game with the GPU and the CPU, which is just a great feature. But it does have a few downsides. Firstly, the end screen fingerprint reader, it's kind of hit and miss for me. I don't know if you've had any issues, but for me, when you pick up the phone and it awakes and you get the little icon here, sometimes I've picked it up and the icon has appeared, but it's been a darker color. So the screen is awake, but I've not been able to unlock it with my finger, and I've had to, let's say it comes on, I've had to unlock it, then lock it again, then unlock it to be able to access the fingerprint reader. And it's been really frustrating, and it's not happened all of the time, but it has happened a few times. But if I'm honest, there was an update recently and it says bug fixes for screen lock. I don't know if that's had actually an issue. I actually didn't have an issue before the last update, but now I do. So I don't know, it's just something that really is annoying me, because if you're going to have a technology, it needs to work, I think, before it needs to be rolled out to the masses. And I know it's not going to be absolutely perfect all of the time, but I do feel that it is an annoyance, because obviously if you're in a dark room, the face unlock won't work unless you've got the flash screen set so that it bursts a white light to recognize your face and it'll unlock the phone, but nobody wants that. Quite often I shall put my finger on there and it doesn't always open quickly. Sometimes it takes a while and it's just going around and around. I'm thinking, well, I did the fingerprint recognition, and it just seems to be picky about when it wants to recognize my finger. And again, it's not a deal breaker, it's not particularly bad, but it is more an annoyance. The face unlock seems to work perfectly fine, and the one other thing is, sometimes you have to always look, because you know sometimes you can unlock a phone because you know where the fingerprint sensor is, because it's on the back or it's on the front. Because you can't feel it on the screen, you're constantly looking to see where your finger's going, because obviously if your finger's too far up it won't work, and you always got to make sure that it's, see, because like now I have to look, whereas others you always have to make sure it's on the right place. Oh, you see, it didn't, there we go. But it is what it is. My other gripe is, I still hate the case that comes with this phone. Now, I actually like the case as a protective case. I think it works really well. It fits the phone very snug. It's really nice, but it is clear, and this really annoys me. Just sell a solid colour case with it. Why does it have to be clear? Because if you're going to stick all these stickers on with the IMEI numbers on, why send it with a clear case? Because what frustrates me is all the big YouTubers, when they're reviewing these phones, they've all got the clear phones. That none of these are on the back. Now, they have removed them themselves. I don't know. I'm assuming they have removed them themselves. I don't know if OnePlus has removed them just to send them a nice clear phone. And I'm sure I can remove it, but I don't know if I'll need these numbers. You just don't know. Obviously, it was put on there for a reason, but it annoys me that they'll sell it with a clear case that you can see that. If it was a solid black case or any colour, then that would have been so much better. But again, it's not the end of the world. It's just merely an annoyance. The case itself is nice. It feels good. It fits the phone well. It's got slightly raised edges. So if you do have it face down, you know, the screen isn't touching the table. But this brings me on to something else that I'm frustrated with. The screen protector. It is not the best screen protector. I shall put an image up here of the front of this phone because I'm already getting bubbling on the front. Obviously, I can't hold it up because every time I go to hold it up, you can see it there actually. I'm getting another one just here. It just frustrates me that it's bubbling already. I know it may have been caused perhaps by keys in my pocket. I try not to keep keys in the same pocket as I have a phone. But it's a phone that I've had just a couple of weeks and already I'm thinking, well, I've got to get a new screen protector. It is just frustrating. They sell tempered glass. They should give you the option of having a tempered glass when you buy the phone. And you put it on yourself or get them to do it. But it would have been nicer. I know it comes at a cost, but I just think it would be nice to have the choice. And to be honest, the OnePlus accessories are expensive. The phones are affordable, but the accessories are expensive. And the aftermarket ones that you can buy, if you go on Amazon, you look for a tempered glass screen protector, the reviews are mixed. Most people say it doesn't fit around the edges, or it doesn't quite fit properly, or there's bubbles under there, and it may be people fitting them wrong, or it may be the fact that these are cheap imports that are made in a factory, and you know, if you're paying £1 or £2 or dollars for a tempered glass screen protector, you get what you pay for. But it's just really an annoyance, really. And my last gripe with this is I would like to use this to make videos. At the moment, I'm using my OnePlus 2. My only issue is I can't seem to get my mic to work with the video equipment. Now, I've looked on YouTube and there seems to be videos that people go, oh yeah, you know, you can get your little dongle, you can plug that in, you can plug the splitter in, and you can plug the mic in, and you plug the mic into there and it'll work. But they've gone onto the recording app on the phone and just recorded sound. Well, that's no good to me. I've gone on, for example, I use Open Camera and I can't seem to record any sound off the OnePlus 6T using a lapel mic. I have tried plugging this in to the OnePlus 6T and I'm getting nowhere. I've been into the settings and I have made sure that I am using recording sound is on, and in the settings I have picked external mic, blah blah blah. I've even picked a couple of the other settings. I've tried all different things. I can't seem to get it to record. I've even tried using the normal video settings on the OnePlus 6T and I still can't get it to record. I can get it to record sound on the Record Sound app, but not for Open Camera or recording a video for YouTube. So that is really frustrating. So it does mean that I will be using my OnePlus 2 until I can afford to get a DSLR, which I don't know when that will be. But as soon as I get one of them, I probably will have to fork out for a laptop. But because I'm not actually making any money from this, I'm reluctant to spend so much money on products that I am not making any money off yet. But it's, again, when I bought the phone, I just thought it would be great and you'll be able to use the better quality camera and it would just be a lot better, because when I'm using KineMaster, for example, this is a much better phone than my OnePlus 2, but I can't use it to edit and it's very frustrating. I'm using the OnePlus 2 to record and I'm saving them to Google Cloud, but then I have to try and download them onto this phone, and it's, in the end, I'm just keeping my OnePlus 2 just for this. I'm recording videos, I am editing them on KineMaster on this, uploading them to YouTube and go from there. This doesn't seem to work for me as a YouTube record or video recording device. If I can't get any sound to record on there, then it's no good to me, because I don't want to use the speakers that are on here, because this is why I have a Mac. I want to have better sound. But it is what it is. It is a great phone. The screen is fantastic. The sound is good when you've got it on. The battery life is amazing, but it isn't without its shortcomings. Would I buy it if I had the choice again? Yes, I would, because for £500, it's great value for money. The night mode on the camera, hit and miss. My wife has got the LG G6, which she's had for a year or so now. It takes better pictures, I think, than the OnePlus 6T. This takes good pictures. It's really good, but this takes good pictures. My OnePlus 2 takes good pictures. The image that I put up here of the OnePlus 6 was taken on my OnePlus 2. As a point and shoot camera, when you're just getting your camera out and going, it's no different to really any other camera. You know, it is what it is. The night mode, again, hit and miss. You always have to make sure you're holding it steady, and yeah, and it is good, and it does work, but people just want good point and shoot cameras. You can get equally good pictures from a phone that's half this price, you know, like the Pocophone F1 or anything really. And like I say, my OnePlus 2 takes, I think, equally good images. It may not have all the features, but as a point and shoot camera, it is good. I think people put too much emphasis on a camera, and don't forget, a lot of people, when they put images up, they may have been, how many times did they take the image? So you'll see a lot of the big reviewers or influencers take an image, they put an image up, but how many times did they take that image before they decided to use that particular one? So I've seen people do portraits of, you know, two different cameras, which one's which, but how many times did they take that picture? Because I don't want to be there. I just want to open it up and just go, oh yeah, okay. So here's a picture, and just go, cheese, and just see what it's like. Yeah, it's all right. It's not the best picture, if I'm honest. Obviously, I've got the lights are catching it, but it is what it is. It's still a good phone. It's very fast, it's affordable. I still would buy it. So I'll leave you with this. Have you had any issues with it? What do you like? What don't you like? Comment below. Do let me know, and I shall see you soon.